Unchain TV. Come on in this happy place. We're one big family. We got jokes and fun and sing-alongs, some for you to see. It's Alabama Music Sing TV. Yes, it is. Do it, Farrell. Alabama.
All right, here's part 2 of that two-part series we started last week. Today, Henry Lavoie, he was in Chair, Bowditch, Rockin' Rebellions. Now he's with Razzmatazz. We have some awesome bands out there. In Alabama, we have the best bands. Oh Lord, do you remember how certain songs carries you back to a certain place and time of your life? Well, I do. Stay right there, because we got an awesome bio of the Rockin' Rebellions right after this. Midnight Special, downtown Jasper, Alabama. Friendly bartenders and staff, darts and pool. Wednesday, karaoke. Thursday, open mic with Zach Baker. Friday and Saturday, karaoke. Sunday, 4 to 8, the band, karaoke afterwards. Hours, Monday through Thursday, 1 o'clock to whenever. Friday through Saturday, 11 to whenever. Sunday, noon to whenever. Midnight Special in Jasper. Now here's that bio of the Rockin' Rebellions. Woo-wee, you gonna enjoy this.
The Rockin' Rebellions first got together as a band in 1966, with members Donald Barbie on guitar and keyboard, Ronald Barbie as bass, Rick Fortenberry lead guitar, and Ross Gagliano on the drums. They played rock and roll dance numbers at local sock hops in the Birmingham, Alabama area. In September of that year, they brought in lead singer Henry Lavoie. The group practiced at the Woodlawn Shoes repair shop that Ross owned. This is where dedication and hard work paid off, and the band really came together as one of the premier garage bands of the Southeast. In November of 1966, the group recorded their very own By My Side at the Bothwell Recording Studio. The song was written by Donald Barbie and Henry Lavoie. The first radio airplay was on WSGN's Dave Rowdy's Top 40 Countdown. It entered the charts at number 37, making it up to number 28. On May the 6th of 1967, the Rebellions recorded a Jimmy Johnson engineered Frank Zappa pen tune, Anyway the Wind Blows, at Fame Studios in Muscle Shoals. The Rockin' Rebellions entered the Big Vox, sponsored WVOK Battle of the Vans contest held at the Bothwell Auditorium in downtown Birmingham on May 20th, 1967. The Rockin' Rebellions won top honors, beating out 67 other bands from throughout Alabama. Their big prize was 3 Vox Super Beetle amplifiers, the kind that the Beatles used. On June 17, 1967, at the Atlanta Municipal Auditorium, the Rebellions won again. This time they were awarded first place in the Southeastern Battle of the Bands, over bands from Georgia, North and South Carolina, and Florida. That year, the Rockin' Rebellions appeared on all 4 spring, summer, fall, and winter Shower of the Stars shows sponsored by WVOK Radio in Birmingham and WBAM in Montgomery. They played with such artists as The Who, The Young Rascals, Paul Revere and the Raiders, Herman's Hermits, Gary Puckett and the Union Gap, Billy Joe Royal, Luke Christie, and many other top stars that were in their heyday.
Now here's a song by the Rockin' Rebellions, By My Side.
By my side.
Steve also has a Seadoo for sale, so go down there and check it out. Now for your picture of the week.
Hey, how many folk singers does it take to change a light bulb? 1 to change it, and 5 to sing about how good the old one was. Now here's another one by the Rockin' Rebellions and Henry Lavoie, y'all.
To make a lot of promises, or to say that you've been feeling like I am. Maybe I should go, but what I'd like to know is, would you like to go somewhere with me sometime? We could sit around and talk the way we did that night. When I met you, you were with a friend of mine. Things may not go just right, just like they did that night. But would you like to go somewhere with me sometime? You're with the same boy as the night I met you. If you tell him what I said, I lose a friend. But since I met you, I just can't forget you. So it looks like this is where our friendship ends. Same boy as the night I met you. If you tell him what I said, I lose a friend. But since I met you, I just can't forget you. So it looks like this is where our friendship ends. We could sit around and talk the way we did that night, or do anything that we might have in mind. Things may not go just right, just like they did that night. But would you like to go somewhere with me sometime? Things may not go just right, just like they did that night. But would you like to go somewhere with me sometime? But would you like to go somewhere with me sometime?
Seadoo Speedway, the South's action track, celebrating 40 years of racing. Open wheel modified, sportsman, mini modified, street stock, modified light, buzz, and renegade. Pit gates open at 4, practice at 6, qualifying at 7, and racing starts at 8 p.m. Located out Highway 78 West, mile marker 151. For track information, call 205-648-2041. Seadoo Speedway, celebrating 40 years of racing, y'all. The South's action track. June the 20th there at Seadoo. Super trucks, sportsman, mini modified, street stocks, and renegade. Listen, twin features for the buzz, and autograph sessions for the buzz and the renegade. Y'all need to be there and check that out, okay? Here's the boys of Razzmatazz, Henry Lavoie, Mike Welber, Kenny Welber, and Greg Brown. Here they are, Razzmatazz.
Unchain my heart, baby, set me free. Come on. Well, unchain my heart, well, you don't care about me. You got me sold like a pillowcase. You let my love now go to waste. So unchain my heart, baby, set me free. Unchain my heart, unchain my heart, baby, let me go. We'll unchain my heart, unchain my heart, well, you set me free. Well, I'm under your spell, just like a man in a trance. Oh, you know darn well, well, I don't stand a chance, Lord. Well, unchain my heart,
Unchain my heart,
set me free. Come on. Well, unchain my heart,
unchain my heart.
well, you don't care about me. Said every time I call you on the phone, somebody tell me that you're not at home. So unchain my heart, baby. Set me free.
What's the definition of a perfect pitch? When you toss a banjo in the garbage and it hits an accordion.
Oh, groovy, baby. Yeah.
Hey, don't get mad at me. These are just jokes.
And it opened in a converted left-bank shop. It opened in a shop. Because as I mentioned, it was difficult for then and musicians to find a place to put it on play. So it opened in a shop, but there was only room for about 240 people to see the play. But by this point, in 1953, so many people had heard about Beckett and heard about this play. The play had actually been published. This is a fairly typical practice at the time where playwrights would publish plays and then they'd have production, whereas today it was usually production first and then publication. But many people had read on the Campbells Pharmacy and been really excited about it. So despite the fact that it was in a small theater tucked away, many people went to see it and had over 100 performances. So based on the success, Beckett decided, okay, this is
So doing this show about musicians, bands, and songwriters makes me so happy.
You might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine's heat, you can take away. Oh, I'm a hot air balloon that can go to space with the air, but I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy I belong like a room out of room. Because I'm happy I belong like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy I belong, you know what happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy I belong, like that's what you want to do. They come back dreams, talking this and that. Baby, don't hold back. Yeah, and I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. Yeah, no offense to you, don't waste your time. Now here's why. Because I'm happy I belong like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy I belong like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy I belong. You know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy I belong. You feel like that's what you want to do. Oh, bring me down, chain it, bring me down. Since my love is too high, bring me down, chain it, bring me down. It's alright, chain it, bring me down. Love is too high, bring me down.
You're watching Alabama Music Scene TV.
Hey y'all, stay right where you at. We're going to tell you what's in store for Alabama Music Scene TV right after this. Campbells Pharmacy. Great customer service. No long waits on drug orders. Campbell's has competitive prices. Same friendly staff each visit. Campbell's takes the majority of third-party insurance plans. Campbells Pharmacy in Adamsville. Hours 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. Saturday. Closed on Sunday. Call 205-674-3566. All right, Campbell's Pharmacy. They take most third-party insurances, y'all. Here on ams-tv, we're going to get back to the basics of what this show is actually about. Alabama Music Scene TV. It's about what musicians, bands, and songwriters goes through to entertain y'all. So we're going to start taping more recording studios, the sessions that goes on there, more interviews, the setting up of the equipment, you know, lifting all this heavy equipment and lighting systems and setting it up. You know, the musicians always tells me that they get paid for setting up. They play for free. And that's just about right. You know, what is that Facebook thing? It says they load $10,000 worth of equipment into a $500 car and drive 100 miles to get $50 a show. That's about right, y'all. And we're going to do more interviews and practice sessions. We're going to go to somebody's practice session and tape them practicing where they can make it good for y'all. They enjoy what they're doing. They love what they're doing, just like I love making this show for y'all. Make y'all understand what they go through, and y'all need to support them. Support all these live bands and gospel groups and high school bands. That's what this show's all about. We're getting back to that, okay? So here's one Henry Lavoie done and the Rockin' Rebellions, and this is the one that got the airplay that went skyrocket up on the top 40 billboard, y'all. Anyway, the wind blows.
Anyway, the wind blows. Everybody's in the breeze. Anyway, the wind blows. It don't matter to me. 'Cause I'm through with your fussing and I'm fighting with you. When I find a girl who is gonna be true, she makes me all so happy and I'm never blue. Anyway, the wind blows. Anyway, the wind blows. She is my heart and soul, and she loves me tenderly. Now my story can be told, just how good she is to me. Yes, you treat me like she loves me and she'll never make me cry. I'm gonna stay with her until the day I die. She's not like you, baby, she will never, never lie. Anyway, the wind blows. Anyway, the wind blows.
Hey, listen, y'all. Lee's has some fantastic shows that goes in there, and if you're missing out on it, Lord, what's wrong with y'all? Listen, June the 26th, Wilburn and Wilburn is going to be there. Call up there and check it out and get you some tickets, 648-4461. Call them now, Wilburn and Wilburn. You don't want to miss that show.
Yeah. Okay, the first poster right here is Cher playing with the Allman Brothers at a Porto Armory, believe it or not, and it was the first time that UAB, Student Government Association, put on a dance. And it was us and Buttermilk and the Almonds, and it was $3 to get in back then.
$3.
And this is just a picture of Chair that was with the Almonds. This is a group called Spirit that was out, and we were Bowditch then. I'm just going through real quick. These plaques here were the plaques that I was in the second class of the Birmingham Record Collectors that they put me in the Hall of Fame. And this is the Rebellions in 2008, and they put us in the Hall, so I'm in there twice. Here's some posters I brought when Bob Seger, we played with Bob Seger on the Christmas show, and it's us and Bob Seger's system back then with Amboy Dukes and the Young'uns and MC5. This is the Rebellions with Mitch Ryder and Detroit Wheels in Columbus, Georgia. Here's a group Chair at a Woods Quad in Birmingham, and another one with Wet Willie in Bowditch, which was in Brownwood and Swamp Angel. And there's just a Rebellion poster with Any Way the Wind Blows all the way around, one of our records. And here is another one with Chair, the group that I went to. I'll get into that in just a second when I move this over. Here is Chair with Warner Brothers. This is out in California when we signed with Warner Brothers and was with them. Our friends came down from San Francisco and brought us a Grateful Dead poster that was actually tacked up on their poles out there. And this is my first paycheck. Of course, that's my wife. I brought the picture of her, but this is the first. It was $125 we made for the Counts on one of our first jobs that we made in 1963. And this is when we played for the Sons and Daughters of the 60s, which was about the policemen that had were lost, and we played for their children and stuff, and all the groups from back then, even my brother's on there, Al Lavoie. And this is a ripped up poster with Wet Willie and Bowditch and us playing at Foster Auditorium.
I told you it was interesting, Henry Lavoie's memorabilia. Now, here's Henry's interview I did last year, and after that we're going to roll them credits, okay? So here's Henry Lavoie's interview from last year. I'm here with Henry Lavoie. He used to be with the Rockin' Rebellions. He's now with Razzmatazz. Good to be with you, Henry.
Glad to be here, George.
You started with the Rebellions when?
1966, I joined the Rebellions, and they were a four-piece group, and they needed a lead singer, and my cousin was a drummer, Ross Galliano, and he said, would you come to our practice? So I went to their rehearsal, and when we did, he said, after practice, I want you to sing a few songs for these guys. And I said, okay. So I sat up there and watched them rehearse. I think they were learning an animal song, We Got to Get Out of This Place. Yeah. And anyway, I watched them, and then when they finished rehearsing, he said, well, Henry, come over here and sing a few songs. So I think I sang a Ray Charles song, and maybe What I Say, and something else I done for him, a Bo Diddley song, I think. And they hired me right there on the spot.
Now, who sung Any Way the Wind Blows?
Any Way the Wind Blows, when we decided to record there well, I want to back up a little bit. We had done after that, we had done our first record at Boutwell Studios, which was By My Side. And we made enough money off of it to go to Muscle Shows, and we talked to Rick Hall, and we got a studio date, and Jimmy Johnson produced Any Way the Wind Blows, but that was a Frank Zappa song, and we got it off of an album called Freak Out, and not knowing that in 1970 I would meet him in person out in California.